Well, hello. Come right on in. You're at Father Fish. Nice to have you with us.
Say, had something come up in Discord this morning. Someone posted a video that was done by, I almost hate to do this, but I really feel like I need to. It was posted by one of our participants on one of our new people actually on Discord, a video about fish disease that was done by Aquarium Co-op. And they said it was full of a lot of good ideas. So I listened to it. It was, I think, 8 minutes long. I listened about halfway through. I had to stop because I had to come over here. But there was no real information in it. It was a rehash of ideas and thoughts that have been kicking around the hobby for years and years. None of it really informed. None of it informed scientifically. None of it informed from a standpoint of really understanding what was going on. Let me give you an example. They were talking about shimmying and some of the other fungal diseases and so forth that happen to fish, particularly to live bears. Happens to all fish, but they were focusing on live bears. They talked about this as a problem having to do with pH, having to do with water hardness, all of that sort of stuff. And it doesn't. It does not have to do with any of those things. What it has to do with is very simple. It has to do with too much of this. It has to do with overfeeding. And what overfeeding does is it fouls the water. So the fish are living in foul water. It's dirty water. That's the problem. That's where you get all these diseases. It comes right out of this little can of food. Virtually, not all, not the parasitic certainly, but all of these shimmying diseases, all of these fungal diseases, all of these diseases where fish are getting sicker and sicker. It's water conditions that cause it. How do you solve it? Well, I'm fond of saying, stop feeding your fish. Of course, that's not an absolute, but it is a relative absolute. If you will cut down your feeding to once every 2 days, that's maximum. You do not need to feed your fish more than once every other day. And don't feed them great, huge amounts. Feed them very small amounts. If you have your tank set up in such a way that it's generating biomass, it's generating microfauna, which is little microscopic life, then those fish, if you have small fish under 2 inches, under 3 inches, they're going to be foraging in that tank. They'll be picking up mouths full of whatever's on the bottom and chewing it up and finding food in it and spitting the sand out. You need to use sand, number one. You need to have some kind of humus, something that's breaking down on the surface of it. The substrate itself needs to be deep enough that waste detritus can sift down into it and feed the plants. I mean, there's some basic things you need to do, and if you will do those basic things, you're not going to have these kinds of problems. So the problem is not finding a medication. The medication is not going to solve the problem. The medication may clear up the disease, or may not, but it may, but it's not going to solve the problem. The problem is, number one, you've got probably gravel in your tank. Number two, you're putting too much food in your tank. And by too much, I mean, think of it this way. When a fish eats, it swallows its food, it dissolves its food, digests its food, and it poops out the waste. What's in that waste? 90% of the food value of what it ate is in that waste.
Well, I hope you found something you've never seen before. Have a great day. Nice to have you with us. Come on back.